At around 10 o'clock at night, the night before the government shutdown officially ended, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell of the Republican Party promised on February 8th that there would be a vote to keep on Dreamers, on DACA. Now, I would like to touch on a few points as to whether or not a vote to keep Dreamers in this country is possible. First, we need to talk about moderate Republicans. Now, many Republicans, as we all know, are anti-immigration Republicans, such as President Trump. However, I can point to one Republican governor, John Kasich, who has stated on an interview with Matt Lauer of the Today Show that he wants there to be a clean DACA bill, that he wants those Dreamers to come to his state of Ohio, where he is the governor. And while I am completely aware that John Kasich is not a United States Senator, thus he does not have any influence in the Senate as to how the senators vote, but I believe he is a leading voice among moderate Republicans, and thus he is a good pulse for moderate Republicans. Now I would like to talk about Senator Lindsey Graham, who has stated in several different interviews with the press in the Capitol building that he wants to do a clean DACA bill, that he doesn't want to have to worry yet about chain migration or the visa lottery ticket. So you may be wondering, well, we need 60 votes to have to pass this measure on February 8th, this immigration measure. And there's 51 Republicans and 49 Democrats, and we all know the 49 Democrats support these Dreamers. So we need 11 more Republicans. So how is this possible? Well, it is possible because I believe that a majority of Republicans do support Dreamers and do support these innocent people who were brought to this country through no fault of their own, such as Lindsey Graham, who stated that he wants a clean DACA bill. Now on to my next point, which is how not having a vote on February 8th will hurt Republicans in the 2018 midterms. Now, like I stated at the beginning of my speech, Mitch McConnell, the Senate Majority Leader of the Republican Party, promised a vote on February 8th. And we've been hearing a lot of opposition from Democrats that Mitch McConnell is not an honest person, that if there isn't a vote, then this hurts Democrats. However, I believe this to not be the case. I believe it will hurt Republicans because it is a lie that was put forth by Republican Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, who is the voice for all the Republicans in the United States Senate. If there was not a vote, it could be a good talking point for Democrats in the 2018 midterms to say that we cannot trust these Republicans because they are simply dishonest, because they simply don't tell the truth. And now, on to my next point, which is the bipartisan support that this bill has. See, recently, Senator Dick Durbin, the minority whip of the Democratic Party, and Senator Lindsey Graham, and several other senators from both the Republican side and the Democratic side came together in a bipartisan way, in a bipartisan bill that was immediately rejected by President Trump. And in an interview with CNN, Cory Booker even stated that this bill could have easily garnered at least 70 votes, maybe even 80, a vote to 80 to 20, and our president still doesn't support that bill. So that brings me to my next point, which is the plan that Donald Trump says he wants to put forth. He said very clearly that there will be no DACA without a border wall, without an end to chain migration, and without an end to the visa lottery ticket. So despite the fact that we could still see a 60 to 40 vote in the United States Senate, which I believe there will be because of the many moderate Republicans who have already stated their support for Dreamers staying in the United States, we are fully aware that there will not be a clean DACA bill. It would immediately be rejected by President Trump because it does not include his border wall, end to chain migration, or end to the visa lottery ticket. So that brings me to my next point, which is that there are too many opinions on each side. Now, we have seen failure to compromise in the past. We just need to look at the Republican tax reform, where it was a party line vote of 51 to 49. Now, I do acknowledge that this is a bit of a different issue. However, there is too many differing opinions. Most Democrats support Dreamers. Most Republicans, I believe, support Dreamers. However, a majority of Republicans probably also want to see an end to chain migration and an end to the visa lottery ticket, which is not what the Democrats want. Thus, this debate will continue on for weeks, perhaps even weeks after February 8th, because yet again, they will fail to reach a compromise because they all love to go into their corners and complain and complain and complain and never come to the middle of the room and reach an agreement. So for these reasons, I believe that the debate on Dreamers could perhaps garner a 60 to 40 vote in the Senate. However, we need to understand that it would be immediately rejected by President Trump. We need to understand that it would also have to include things such as Trump's border wall, an end to chain migration, and an end to the visa lottery ticket. So for these reasons, I believe that the debate on Dreamers is one that cannot be political. It must be something that Republicans and Democrats acknowledge is a moral vote. We can either support these 800,000 innocent men and women who were brought here to this country through no fault of their own as children, or we can choose to keep kicking the can further down the road. The choice is theirs.